I'm David Saar, president of Saar Associates Incorporated. We are going to be looking at two aspects of noise. One is the effect on the radio signal of a noisy switching power supply. We are then going to look at the harmonic emissions from the radio to confirm regulatory compliance. In this setup, we're using this board as a microcontroller host for the radio module on a carrier board. We're measuring the power supply voltage with a voltage probe, power supply current with a current probe, and we're measuring the RF output through this cable. What you can see on the scope is the RF trace, actually during the preamble of the signal. We have the current trace, the voltage, which shows a very clean signal. We also have a frequency signal in the time domain showing the preamble and then the modulated signal. And we have a signal that shows the amplitude, showing that it goes up at the beginning of the packet and continues on through. Now we have changed over to a switching power supply to power the radio module. The switching power supply is in turn powered by a laboratory power supply. Going over to the scope, we can see that the voltage now is dipping by a significant amount. There is noise on the current trace. We actually can see a little bit of amplitude modulation now on the amplitude trace, and there's more noise on the spectral trace. When we introduce a switching power supply that is not adequately filtered, we have degradation of the supply and of the spectrum. We can also use this oscilloscope to look at even higher harmonics. In this case, we're looking at the sixth harmonic, which can also be a problem, but here we're seeing a very low signal level of -80 dBm, which is well within requirements. We have seen the unique capabilities of the Tektronix MDO4000 to capture information in both the time and the frequency domain. We're able to see the spectrum both in early parts of the packet and in the data portion of the packet. We've also seen that we can use this oscilloscope to look for emission noise from the radio, in this case at both the third and sixth harmonic, to make sure that we're in regulatory compliance.